Welcome to the Mac and Jack Attack.
And this is Mac.
And I'm Jack. And I don't know how to start this, but then, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, long title, by the way, just got indefinitely delayed.
Is that canceled, by the way, or is it just like, it's still going to be made, we just don't know when it's going to come out type delayed?
I think it's still being made. I think the team is still, or like the publishers are still trying to find a team to, work on it. They just fired like the last team. But anyways, we were having this little talk about how you felt about this game being indefinitely delayed. And yeah. So you were a fan of the first game.
Yes, I was.
Right?
Loved the first one.
So what are your opinions on this game going through what it's going through now?
Okay. Well, technically, to be honest with you, it's more of a, like, I'm not going to say I'm glad it got canceled, but that's if it got canceled. But I always refer it as being canceled because when I think of indefinitely delayed, it's like, oh, it's never coming. So I'm just going to say it's canceled.
Yeah.
I honestly am okay with it, to be honest with you, because the first game is already good, and the fact that the second one is being made and it's getting canceled, hearing all these news, I'm okay with it getting canceled because I already remember the first game being a good game. If the sequel, let's say it did came out, right, it feels like it would taint the franchise. And I can't really see the original game as it is anymore since the new one came out. Because in my head, the sequel should always be better than the first one. That's the whole point of a sequel.
Right. Like a sequel should always build upon what the first game or the game previous added on to the series already. Right. So I don't know. Like I feel like Bloodlines 2 is kind of a weird situation just because the original game came out such a long time ago.
Oh, it came out so long ago.
Yeah, so it's like there's such a gap where I don't even know how I would classify it. Like I don't even think that needs to be called a 2. It could have been called something else. But that's just me kind of rambling. But yeah, so talking about sequels, I feel like there could be a lot said about sequels, Like I said, this game totally didn't have to be a sequel. It could have been taking place in the same world and everything like that. But, it's weird. One would... Okay, I am starting like crazy.
It's all right.
Yeah. When should a sequel be a sequel?
I am confused with how you said that. What do you mean by what is a sequel? Is that what you're saying?
When should a sequel be considered a sequel? Because this game had Bloodlines 2 had such a big gap in between, and it's gonna have a longer gap now. So it's just they didn't have to make this a sequel. So I don't know. For me, I guess it's just seeing a 2 behind something.
I mean,
makes me more hesitant to play something because I'm hey, that means I gotta play the first one first, even though sometimes I don't have to. But it's in a lot of cases.
Well,
I'm hey.
Okay, well, just to counter that then. It's not really a counter. This is what I think, but to be honest, I think the reason why there would be a 2, better yet as a sequel, is maybe just a continuation of the original story. Or it could be a sequel. For example, I don't know if you're familiar with a game called Little Nightmares.
Yeah.
Spoiler ahead. I don't even know if it's a spoiler because it's still unclear. But spoiler, Little Nightmares 2, even though it has a 2 in it, right? From my understanding, I could be totally wrong, but this is based on what I saw, watched, and read. It's a prequel. But it has a 2 on it.
And this is... Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a prequel to Red Dead Redemption 1.
Yeah.
I fucking hate companies that decide on this shit.
But to
It's
be
just
fair,
like, don't even add a 2 on it.
How you going? How are you gonna like? How do you name it? Like it's Red Dead Redemption as it is, right? The next game is to know that it's a prequel. It's Red Dead Redemption 0.1.
I mean, okay. Yakuza 0 is technically the 6th game in the mainline series. I'm sorry that I'm bringing up Yakuza again.
No, it's all good.
I know I always fucking do it. I will, but you know, it's a 0. Yakuza 0. It tells you it's before part 1.
Right.
But Red Dead Redemption 2, it's not a sequel. It's not continuing the story from where the first game ends. It's telling you the story before the first game starts.
Wait, so
it's just like,
go ahead.
yeah. So it's just like, why are you gonna add a 2 to this if it's not a 2? Like, just use a different subtitle, because technically, there was Red Dead Revolver and then Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
And they could have just called it like Red Dead something else, like something that starts with R.
Red Dead Revenge. I mean, like it's okay. If that was the case, then how do you? Does that like so to you yourself, right? Like Red Dead Redemption 2, which is obviously a prequel, that isn't a sequel to you then.
Well, it can't be a sequel. Oh, okay. Gameplay wise.
Oh no.
Sequel? Yes. Story wise, sequel? No? So it's just like, when do you consider something a sequel?
See, that's the thing. For me, I guess you could say the sequel will always be, like, for me personally, yeah, you could add, like, the gameplay mechanics into it, but the story-wise... Oh, wow, you got a point. Wow. You bamboozled me, bro. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, shit. Okay, wait. Because, like, in my head... Okay, I'm just going to say my initial thought. A sequel is a continuation of the story of the original game, therefore making it a sequel, whether it be gameplay or not. That's the only reason why it's a one-up of being the original game, therefore making it a sequel. But what you're telling me is, like, Red Dead Redemption 2 is obviously a prequel, but everything else is a sequel.
Yeah, from the technical side of things, I guess.
Well, at that point of view, then it's not a sequel. Because, like, it's not so it's not a sequel. It's more of it's a prequel. As to why they put Red Dead Redemption 2, I don't know. I mean, it's their creative idea. Maybe they want to put 2 in the end, signifying that this is the second game. Maybe that's the case. It's signifying that's the second game. Because okay, maybe I'm gonna shit on Yakuza a little bit. Not as it. Wait, trust me, I love the game.
Go for it.
As a newcomer to the series, I don't know where to start. Do you know what I mean? Knowing that this game was like called, I don't know, Yakuza 2, I would obviously start with Yakuza 1, knowing that that's going to be the start of the game.
Yeah.
And then knowing that Yakuza has like all these bunch of games with different titles. Do they go in order in terms of numbers or different titles?
In terms of numbers, pretty much at this point.
Okay, that's usually where I would start, essentially. But I don't know how else you would I don't know how else you would consider it a sequel if it's not a sequel based on a story. Maybe it's just based on the order of how they made the game. I don't know. That's at least what I think. Whether,
I mean, that is what happens, because, like, what if someone did want to make a 2.5? Like, Borderlands. After they made Borderlands 2, they made the pre-sequel, which took place in between the first 2 games.
Right. I mean,
but at least they're rightfully naming the title of the game, actually. So it's like, I'm not offended or I'm not annoyed. I wouldn't be offended by naming conventions, but I wouldn't be annoyed because it's clearly stating what it is.
That's true.
So,
but like, gameplay wise, why is it better than the before they got the pre-sequel? So is that a sequel?
I don't
See,
know,
it's
man.
confusing. Wow.
This is
You bamboozled
confusing.
me, bro. Because I was thinking that I wanted to really drive the point that story was the main benefactor. But like then again, yeah,
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 2 to Little Nightmares 2, they're not really sequels. They're technically prequels leading up to the original game. But then
Right.
why would you slap a 2? Maybe it's just the order of the games. At this point, would you say it's just a creative point? Like they're just, it's up to the developers where they want to slap a 2 in there or not?
Yeah, I guess because how I would justify it in a way is people aren't gonna know that it's a different game unless there's a 2.
Well, with Little Nightmares 2 though, while playing the game, I didn't even know it was a prequel until like I
Yeah, but it's like basically the studio telling their audience that, hey, this is a different game entirely. This isn't DLC or something like that, you know? Because we do live in an age where there's like a lot of expansions and DLCs, and people don't know if like a game is a game or an add-on. Like when I got into Monster Hunter and Iceborne was out already, one of my friends accidentally just bought someone else Iceborne without the base game. So it's like
wait, what? How does
yeah. So they bought the DLC only, but not the game.
you can't play it without the base game either, right? Doesn't
Yeah, you
it
can't play
tell
without the
you
base game.
when you buy it from Steam? Like, doesn't it tell you that?
Yes, but some of my friends don't know how to read.
I'm not giving your friend shit. I mean, honestly, I make the same mistakes too. I'm just quite confused. Maybe he was just excited of giving him the game,
Maybe.
but hey, it is what it is.
But if it was Monster Hunter World 2, we would have just been like, oh yeah, that's its own game. If it was just Iceborne, it'd be like, oh, I just bought the DLC without buying the game.
Well, do you?
know? So I guess
I don't
know.
think it would sound good. That's why I say it might be just like in a creative standpoint. Because think of it this way, right? That's why I don't blame your friend for doing this. Like for example, Monster Hunter Iceborne sounds cool. It's obviously DLC, but can you imagine Monster Hunter Iceborne and then on the bottom, like it's in bold letters, DLC expansion pack. I don't know. I just that's weird. I like putting it just like Monster Hunter Iceborne. To me, it makes sense. It's like that's the title of what's coming up next. Yeah. That actually begs me to give you a question about this one. Like, are DLCs considered sequels?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a long yeah. Explain why, sir. Let's explain why.
All right. It really depends on what the DLC or expansion is. One that comes to mind right now is Spider-Man Miles Morales.
That's
That's
not really.
a sequel.
That's wait. What do you finish? What were you going to say? Miles, is it a DLC or an expansion pack?
It's an expansion.
Okay. Oh, that's a conversation.
When does okay? Hold on. Let's take
Yeah,
a step
exactly.
back. When does when does something become an expansion
Well,
to a game?
okay. So here's the thing. Okay, I want you to answer this question, but I'm gonna tell you my thoughts on it. No matter
Yeah.
what, I think. Ooh, I'm gonna get shit on for this, but
It's okay. We both sound stupid right now.
I don't think DLCs are sequels at all. I don't even think maybe expansion packs can be sequels, because when I think of expansion packs, I think that it's bigger than a DLC. Like for example, Witcher 3, it's been a long time. I forgot. They made 2 expansion packs, but one of them like includes like a different whole map. That type of to
Yeah.
me. Am I gonna say that's a sequel? Yes, because it's a continuation to the story. But like
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm also gonna say no. So I'm a bit torn on that aspect. That's all. I was hoping you could change my mind on that. Because like it may be a continuation to the original story, but at that point, when you make it like, let's say Witcher 4, that's a sequel because it's an entirely different story in the same universe, following the same character. It is a continuation, but it's completely different. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking at my Steam library right now to try to justify anything that's coming from my head. So, hold on. Okay. So, Spider-Man, going back to that. It came out with 3 DLC called The City That Never Sleeps or something like that.
Yes.
It's adding on to the story. Would that be a sequel if it's adding on to the story? It didn't add that much gameplay wise. It added like a couple like outfits and a little more to do, but it didn't do anything other than really extend the story on a little more. It's basically more so of setting up the sequel.
Yeah, that's why I'm torn, because you just said it right there. It's setting up for a sequel. Therefore, is this not a sequel already? You know what I mean? Because like it's
Yeah.
I mean, okay, let's put it this way. My answer to this one, are you saying is the question is the DLCs that the Spider-Man, the City That Never Sleeps, a sequel? Is that what you're saying?
I think for DLC it's very based on the context of what it is.
Okay, how about this? What's your definition of a sequel in a video game? Before we can answer everything else, what is your definition of a sequel?
Damn.
We're getting deep.
All right, like I said, we already sound stupid, so there's no way that I can sound more stupid.
Yeah.
Just you wait. So basically, it's just gonna be. See, I can't even say that it has to be story based. Anyways, I would just say that it has to be a separate game that adds on to the game of the original. This is so fucking contradictory of what I was saying earlier about Red Dead, because Red Dead adds on to the the gameplay and everything like that. But the story,
it's different.
Like,
oh my gosh! How about this? This is based on Google. Okay, the definition of a sequel. All right, this is what I take that back. The source is www.merriam-webster.com. Okay, this doesn't help because it says here, what does a sequel mean? 1, consequence, result. 2, subsequent development. B, the next installment. That's from Webster.com. But on Google, it says a published, broadcast, or recorded work that continues the story or develops the theme of an from the earlier one. So, based on what I see here, it develops the story, therefore making it a sequel. Yeah. So, I don't think you're wrong on the prequel stuff like that for it to be 2. It shouldn't be 2 because it's a prequel. Because it's not really developing from the previous work. If anything, it's just trying to establish what happened before. Yeah. So,
for Miles Morales, the PS5 game, that is a game. Like, would we even consider that as an expansion?
Nah.
Because that in itself...
I don't think so.
Because there's a term, a standalone expansion or some shit like that. It's just like, no, it's a fucking game.
But here's the thing. It's not with the same character.
Yeah. But then it still continues the story and everything. So that is a sequel, right?
So with the Miles Morales game, I don't consider that to be a sequel towards the Spider-Man game. Here's why. Because, okay, what's the title of the original game? It's just called PS4 Spider-Man, right? Okay.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
So PS4, Spider-Man. But this standalone expansion pack, right? Which I actually agree thoroughly that this is its own. I like to think it's its own game. It has the same gameplay mechanics, a little bit different, knowing that it's Miles Morales. It's his own abilities. Does it continue the story of Spider-Man? No, it continues the story of Miles Morales.
Miles Morales is Spider-Man.
Yes, true. But did you play Miles Morales Spider-Man in the original game?
You played Miles Morales
in short segments, but that doesn't make it a sequel to the original Spider-Man. This one is its own thing.
It makes it a sequel to the original Spider-Man because you're expanding on the story of Miles Morales, who you played as previously in Spider-Man.
In short segments, but the main story was Spider-Man.
You still play as him.
I guess.
So are you saying that it's not a sequel unless you play as the same character?
Not entirely, but the main reason for that is because the Miles Morales story, it feels like it has like little to do with the actual story in the original game. Because the Miles Morales story, well, how do I say this without spoiling it? It's a personal development type story. I guess I could say that, but there's more to it than that. Unlike the original Spider-Man game, it felt like it has its own story, if that makes any sense. I'm trying to like condense it without saying much about the story for anyone that hasn't played the game. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I just don't see how Miles Morales, it's the standalone game, has anything to do with the original. The only thing that I could see it becoming a somewhat of a sequel is the fact that, yes, you do play Miles Morales in the original game, but it wasn't really emphasized as a bigger picture compared to Miles Morales right now. That's his own story. That is why I don't think it's a sequel. If anything, it's more of a what do you call it?
Spin-off?
Yeah, it's a spin-off. That's what I think of it, though.
But
okay, go for it.
Miles Morales, like I said, okay, I'm just kind of going in circles at this point, but Miles Morales, you play as him in Spider-Man.
That's true.
He is a playable character.
Yes.
So, you playing as him in a separate game that takes place after the original is at least... Okay, he's not in the game for that much in the original.
That's a good point.
That would have to at least be like a tenth of a sequel then.
Well, okay, here's another question towards that then. Is there even a thing where... Wait, wouldn't that just be called a spin-off then?
Yeah.
Because like I get what you're saying he is part of the game, but my gripe with that what you said there is that yes, he is part of the story, but he isn't part of the bigger picture. There's just segments leading up to what's going to happen. But with this Miles Morales game, that's his own personal story. It has nothing to do with the Spider-Man PS4 game. But just like you said,
tell that to his dead dad, bro.
Why you gotta do that, bro? We gotta bring out his personal dad, man. But I understand though. I get where you're coming from because that is pretty interesting. Whether it even be 10%.
Right, so let's shift this over a little bit.
Go for it.
Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid 2, you play as Raiden, not Snake.
Yes.
But then it's still a sequel. I mean, of course, there's still a lot of like bullshit.
I'm gonna be really honest with you. I have played the Metal Gear Solid games. Not all of it, obviously. I don't think I played the first one yet. I think I did, but again, it's been such a long time ago. But in terms of
oh man, Metal Gear is the worst. Okay, sorry, hold on. I just needed to like bring this. Metal Gear is the worst when it comes to sequel, like 2, 3, and 4 and 5, because
I know the latest one.
3 is a prequel, and then 5 is a sequel to 3, and 4 is the end of the series, pretty much.
But 4 is a prequel to 3, right? No. It's after 3.
4 is the last one in the series.
Well, no, in terms of
timeline.
like story wise. Wait, no, you're right. 4 is the last one in the series. Wait, which one is the one that just came out? 5, right?
5.
That's the prequel to 3 or after 3?
5 is the sequel to 3, which is the prequel to 1, which is the sequel to OG.
Okay, see that. Okay, this is why I hate it. What? I'm not gonna say I hate it, but I can understand why people would get confused because that was confusing as fuck. That I wish they named it at its own thing, but maybe it is a creative standpoint where they just want to name it based on how they made it. But okay, continue with your point though.
Anyways, Metal Gear Rising stars Raiden, the hero of Metal Gear Solid 2. Is Metal Gear Rising a sequel or a spin-off? Why?
Okay. It's basically, it's not even the same character. Not only that, this is a personal story.
Raiden's in 2. He's the playable character in 2. So technically, it is the same character.
It is the same character, yeah. But like, does it contribute with the story? A little bit? To be fair, I'm not really knowledgeable with the lore. But
I'm not very knowledgeable with Metal Gear at all either. I'm just bringing it up because I see it in my Steam library.
It's a pretty good game. But what I could say is that, like, in terms of it being a sequel, no, I don't think so. Matter of fact, it's called Metal Gear Rising or Revenge?
Rising Revengeance.
Rising Revengeance, huh? Okay, so it has the same logo on it. In my opinion, yeah, I'm still gonna say it's a spinoff because it's his own story. Yeah. It's not really
I agree with that.
It's not really.
But then, like, the reason why I would say that it's a spinoff is because the gameplay is so different from other Metal Gears. Whereas in Spider-Man and Miles Morales, for the most part, the gameplay is the same. I mean, like, of course, different abilities, but everything else is pretty much the same. Of course, whenever Spider-Man 2 comes out, it's still going to be called Spider-Man 2, probably. But that still doesn't discount the fact that this, or Miles Morales, is a sequel, not a spin-off. Because I'm pretty sure whatever happens in Spider-Man 2, half of the time you're going to be playing as Miles Morales.
Interesting. Basically, based on what I'm hearing for you, it's been really mostly gameplay-wise that makes a sequel, right? Oh,
well, it's gameplay changes that makes it a spin-off. Okay.
Interesting. All right, so I'm gonna hit you with this one. What do you think about the new?
Yeah.
What's that game called? Fuck. I call it a spin-off. Metal Gear, so with zombies.
Survive.
Yeah, that's what it is. I don't know if you played the game, but it takes place in the same universe. Snake is in there.
I call that a sellout.
Yeah, that's right, Konami. We're taking shots, bro. If you hear us, we're coming after you. Okay, well, but yes, it is a solid game. But would you consider that a spin-off or a sequel?
That's the rightful sequel to the Metal Gear franchise.
Really? You say so?
Yeah.
Explain.
I just want to piss people off.
I was like, oh, man.
They should have ended Resident Evil at Resident Evil 6. I can't believe they went back to the horror roots. It's an action series.
Oh, wow. You just want to get shit on at this point. Just for the contrary, I disagree with everything he says. Oh, my gosh. Ooh.
It's kind of funny because, like, my definition of what a sequel and a spin-off means that Yakuza Like a Dragon is a spin-off and not a sequel.
It is a sequel, though, right?
I know, but then just the way that I was defining what a spin-off is like gameplay differences.
Well,
it's a very different gameplay.
But the thing is, okay, and just to defend you in a sense, I actually I do agree with what you're saying, because for it to be a sequel, there has to be gameplay changes. Because you can't you have to surpass the original for it to be a sequel, or at least a good ass sequel. Because if it's not, then it's what the fuck are you doing? You need to make some changes. So it really just depends. I mean, one of the other examples. I mean, you and me have different thoughts about this. Because tell me right now, did you like the gameplay of Last of Us or Last of Us 2?
Last of Us 2's gameplay is
You liked
good.
it, right? So you deemed it worthy as a sequel. Because for me, as much as I hate to say this, Last of Us 2 is a sequel. But for my personal taste, I fucking hate it. Therefore, I just don't see how it's better than the original. But that's just my opinion, though. So, does it not make it a sequel, though? No, it is a sequel. There's really no way. A continuation of the story of the main characters, and the gameplay has improved. The story just sucks. In my opinion, at least. In my opinion, it's very subjective. But I don't know. This talk with sequels. I know. Okay, to be fair, I know it sounds very stupid that we're legit debating and talking about sequels, but you gotta admit it is pretty interesting knowing that there's like different ideas of like what a sequel means.
Yeah,
it's so mundane, but it's like, wait a minute, you got a point there.
I don't think I've ever thought this much about what a sequel is. I've always kind of just been like, yeah, this is the next game in the series.
I mean, that's what it boils down to, it though, right?
Yeah, it is, absolutely.
But like, if you really delve deep into it, it's like nothing but roots and branches. It's kind of like saying, remember that one debate we had about tomatoes?
Yes.
That's what I mean. But
to the viewers who don't know, are tomatoes fruits or vegetables? They're fruits.
Yes.
That is all.
Yes,
Anyways.
Yes. But that's basically what we're trying to put in here. It's very interesting.
Yeah. Because numbers don't mean shit. Especially if you look at Final Fantasy.
Oh my. Don't get me started. Dude, it actually... Wow. To be honest with you, that right there just convinced me in a sense. You got a point now. Because like, no. Okay, because here's the thing. I like Final Fantasies. I'm not going to claim that I've played all the Final Fantasies, but I do like some of the games. What's up with all the numbers? I don't get it. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, I remember I tried getting into it, right? I think my first Final Fantasy game was, again, I could be wrong. There's so many. X2?
Oh, okay. So with the girls?
Yeah, with the girls. Knowing that there's an X1, and then I thought I could follow it from there. Nah, there's a few. I think the next game. And by the way, I was a kid back then, so I was pretty stupid. I got the one for the Xbox. What's that called? 13.
13.
I thought that was the next one because I couldn't find anything else. But knowing that it was a Final Fantasy game, I thought that was a continuation. Nah.
Which kind of makes sense because 10-2 looks like a 12 if you don't know Roman numerals.
Exactly. And I was a kid. We're talking like stupid kid. I don't understand why they have to do this. Matter of fact, if anything, it turns me off of like getting that actual game, knowing that there's so many numbers. And I'm over here thinking like, oh, I like this game. Why don't I just continue it from the next? And then you have a hard time finding it, and you settle with whatever number's next. Oh my gosh! But I don't know. That to me, that turns me off. Would that turn you off in a sense, knowing that there's so many?
It either turns me all the way off, or it motivates me to play all of the games if I can.
Interesting.
Like, it's really weird because Yakuza has a lot of games. I played through all of them. Or I'm not done with 5, but I played through like pretty much all of them.
Which one did you start though?
It motivated me to.
Which one did you start though? That's the thing.
I started at 0, and then I played 1, 2, and then I played 6.
Oh, so you skipped.
And I played. Yeah, I skipped like half of the games because at the time I just didn't have the resources to play those games. Right. But in the way that it turns me off, seeing so many numbers is Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah,
Because, like, all right, I've always wanted to get into the Assassin's Creed series. Like, I've played the first 2 to completion. Well, not 100%, but, I beat them. And I've always wanted to continue it. Yeah. But, and I really do want to play all of the games because I feel like they're really fun games, even though I'm doing pretty much the same shit and they get super repetitive. Like,
right.
That's you see how Ubisoft has become what it is through playing these games.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it's a lot of games. I'm gonna hold on. Mac, how many Assassin's Creed games are there?
How many? You want me to just name it or research it? Because
Guess.
How many are there? I think 12? No, not even. There's gotta be more than that, actually.
There are indeed 12 mainline games.
Wait, so I was on point.
So you're...
Okay,
yeah.
so there are 12.
That's a lot of fucking games, considering how recent this... Like, how relatively recent this series is. It just passed, like, it's 10 years... It's almost 15 years old.
I gotta admit, that is pretty impressive.
And they have 12 games.
That's pretty impressive. But you're not wrong. They're technically the same. They did try changing it up here and there. Yeah. But it's moving more into the RPG area, so it's... Whether people like it or not, it's up to them. But
it's like... Now they're just using the name for the sake of sales, because like it's not even that assassin-y anymore.
No, not even close. I mean, like, I think it stopped being Assassin's Creed when I think Origins came out. But am I gonna say, is it a bad game? No, but I do agree with you there. Using the namesake for sales, it could have been entirely different. But it does continue on with the story, I guess. But it has nothing to. It's not really an Assassin's Creed type gameplay game. But wait, is that not a sequel to you, or?
I don't know anymore, because now I'm trying to think of other things like Call of Duty.
Well,
Call of Duty, they have their brands now, There's Modern Warfare and there's Black Ops.
See, that one right there is another, just brings on to the point, just a continuation of the story. Like, for example, look at Black Ops, or better yet, Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. That's a sequel right there. Did they change the gameplay?
But okay. Go ahead. But Black Ops 4, the one without any single player mode, it was nothing but multiplayer. It was still called Black Ops 4.
See,
when should an online game get a sequel? Because like Overwatch is getting a sequel.
Oh man, you bamboozled me again. Wait, give me a second. Wait a minute. Can a multiplayer become a sequel? Okay, so here's the thing. If it becomes to that, if that's the case, then there gotta be some damn gameplay improvements for it to be a sequel. Cause like, for example, Overwatch. This is just my speculation. Me for one am excited for Overwatch 2, just for information. But if it's the same as Overwatch 1, then why the fuck am I buying the second one? Do you know what I mean? That's not a sequel to me. That's just copy and pasting with better graphics. You're remastering the damn game. It shouldn't be even 2. That's not a sequel to me. That's a remaster.
Because as far as I know, there are new heroes and there are new maps.
Yeah, but you could do that in the original.
Other than that, it could just be like a major like patch or something like that.
For it, that's not. I don't see how that's justifiable to be a sequel. What, like for like, it's like Street Fighter 5, right? Like, so Street Fighter 6, it's the same graphics, same gameplay, but 10 plus new characters. It's like, dude, you could just DLC. That's DLC right there. That's not...
See, but then the thing about... I can't even say the thing about DLC is that like everyone would be on the same level, because like we have games like Valorant and Apex where you could buy these characters.
To be honest with you, I don't even know what that's called. Is that even DLC? I don't think that's DLC. That's already in the game.
Yeah, that's not DLC. Oh shit, man.
I love it. This is like good ideas for the next podcast, you know?
Yeah. Definitely not DLC because it is there already. Yeah, you're right.
Even then, I don't know how that could be a sequel. Like, it's like Overwatch 2. Again, like I said, if it's going to be the same as Overwatch 1, same as gameplay mechanics, that is not a sequel to me. At that point, you're just cashing in over the game or how popular it is. But, you know, obviously from what I've seen, they're adding PvE.
Yeah, I think so.
Cinematics this time, like an actual story that we could actually take part in. I mean, that right there, with that in mind, I guess you could say that's a sequel, yeah. Because they're adding more things. I mean, yeah, you could argue that the PvE could be like, because they've done it before with Overwatch, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, they've had like PvE events.
Okay, but it wasn't as cinematic, right? It's like, it was just like, it's just gameplay wise.
Some of them were kind of cinematic, but not like
the amount of effort they put.
They weren't that huge.
Right.
Yeah.
So with Overwatch 2, yeah, I think that's a well-deserved sequel because they're also adding new things to the champion. So basically, anything that's added on to the original is a sequel, even for a multiplayer game. Because, to be fair, the sequel of multiplayer game shouldn't be fucking hard. I'm sorry, but it's not. If a developer fails to sequel a game that's only multiplayer based, I think you should be ashamed of yourselves. And yes, I'm going in there because it's like, think about it. When you think of, let's say, Call of Duty, right? Let's say there's only team deathmatch. Yeah. Call of Duty 2, team deathmatch again. How is that a sequel? You know what I mean? It just feels like all you have to do is just add on new shit. Therefore, it's a sequel for a multiplayer game.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
For developers that can't do that, I'm sorry, bro. Find a different job.
I mean, of course, there's like balancing and all that has to be taken into account.
Yeah, I mean, it's a multiplayer game. That's to be expected. I don't think it should be perfected as much compared to single player games, though, because.
But dude, now I'm thinking about fighting games.
Yeah,
pretty much multiplayer only, for the most part. I mean, like that's what a lot of people play for, anyways. Yet. Some people don't know how to make fighting game sequels.
You got a point. I mean, Street Fighter V, right? I don't know if you ever played it when it first came out.
A little bit.
That shit was not a sequel whatsoever. It came with 4 characters at best. It just.
I think it came out with 8
when it first came out. Or 8. I could have sworn it was 4. It was Ryu, Chun-Li, Ken. And also Ken, yeah. Okay, maybe 8. Maybe I'm probably wrong. But for fighting games, I'm not. Ooh, you got me there. I don't know if you could even sequel. Well, you could sequel games like that, but okay. So with this day and age now, it feels like the standards for fighting games, there should be somewhat of a story. That's.
Even though they all suck unless they're Mortal Kombat, which is... Okay, hold on. By the way, did you see the Mortal Kombat trailer? That shit was dope.
Wait, which one? the movie trailer? Oh yeah, dude, it was fucking cool. Like, don't get me wrong, there was a few things that were like, that's not part of the... But I'm over here just like, dude, you guys are doing it right though. I hope it's as good though. I really do hope it's as good. Like, at this point, I don't really care if the story is as accurate. If it is, it is. But like, just stay near to the source material as in a sense, but at least make it good, at least enjoyable. I mean, I know that's subjective, but I don't know. There's a lot of, you know how video game movies always work out, right? They never really end up pretty well. But with Mortal Kombat, it feels like you could change things up because there was an animation movie that just came out. It has nothing to do with the game or the story wise. The main fucking character is Scorpion. It's not Liu Kang, at least in that time frame.
Well, Scorpion makes
hell
money.
yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
He's the.
But even
Yeah.
then, it was still a good animation movie, even though it's not as accurate as, the thing. If that could make it, then I think a live action could make it. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I loved what I saw, dude. Like,
Yeah.
damn, bro.
See, I think Mortal Kombat has enough cheese where it's like it's okay to be dumb.
I'm hoping it's dumb. Like, dude, like those X-rays. In real life, you're dead. There's no fucking way you live through that,
Bro. Imagine if they did an X-ray shot. I know this isn't talking about sequels anymore, but fuck it, Mortal Kombat's awesome. If they did an X-ray shot, like in the movie, where someone like they just show someone's bones getting fucked up, that'd be kind of
Fuck
dope.
yeah, dude.
I doubt that'll happen, but I think that'd be kind of
Either
cool.
X-rays or because the new Mortal Kombat, they don't really use X-rays anymore. It's like a cinematic type X-ray thing. But
Yeah.
I don't know. As long as it's just like the game. At least try. That would be pretty cool. The new Mortal Kombat movie trailer was legit. Speaking of trailers, though, have you seen the Godzilla versus King Kong trailer?
Not the latest one, but yeah, I saw the first one.
Are you Godzilla or King Kong?
Dude, I'm Godzilla all the way, just because that it's Godzilla, man.
Ooh, I feel you. It's funny because I got into a debate with my brother. He's a Godzilla guy, but I'm over here like, nah, dude, King Kong's gonna whoop his ass.
Dude, okay. How the fuck is a monkey with a hammer?
Okay. Mind you, I am a Godzilla fan. I am for Godzilla, but I'm gonna take this into consideration. Yes, Godzilla would kick King Kong's ass, but dude, we're in America, bro. This is the monkey's gonna win.
But nuclear fire breath, bro.
Dude,
come on.
I don't know if you watched the original Godzilla movie, but there's two endings to that movie, right? In America, King Kong wins. Japan, Godzilla wins. This new version's made in America, and they're beefing. I think the director knows that King Kong doesn't stand a chance with Godzilla. So what did they do? They make him as big as Godzilla. They give him a weapon for some fucking reason that can withstand his atomic breath. It feels like he might actually win this now. But obviously, yes, I think Godzilla would win. I mean, come on, he should be 10 times bigger than Godzilla or King Kong, dude. He's a monkey. But with that in mind, as a director, how are you gonna make this entertaining? Yeah, you gotta give some sort of plot armor with King Kong, because he'll get creamed. Think about it, dude. Just one hit of atomic breath, right? Like the original King Kong, it's GG.
Yeah.
It's totally GG. But bro, my brother got so
That's
mad.
cancer right there.
Fuck yeah, dude.
But okay, dude, if King Kong wins, I'm gonna make some like analogy about how America's bombing Japan again.
Hey man, that's some tinfoil hat right there. That's is it wrong? Maybe, or maybe not. We'll see how it goes. But I don't know. I already. It feels like this movie was already like. It feels like I already know how it's gonna end. I just want to see it because, dude, it's fucking King Kong Godzilla.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how it's gonna end, right?
They're gonna team up.
Yeah, they're gonna team up. They're gonna fight something. Whatever it is.
And humans are the real monsters after all.
Exactly. Actually, you might actually have a point because I've been watching theories. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited regardless of knowing how it's going to end. I would be surprised.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly though, I would be really mad if King Kong did win though. I'm gonna be honest. I would be really pissed off. I don't know why, but I would be really mad. Not because I'm Asian. Okay, it's like 60% reason why I would be mad. Because I'm Asian.
Yeah,
But other
same.
than that, nah. Dude, this is T-Rex versus a monkey. Nah, I'm sorry, bro. What is he? The best thing I could think of what King Kong could do is throw bananas at it and scream at it like Donkey Kong. But other than that, nah. I just don't see how Godzilla would... I just don't see how King Kong would win this.
Bro, imagine if, I know this is Donkey Kong, but imagine if King Kong just like freaking pulled out a barrel out of nowhere and threw it at Godzilla.
Bro, if that's the case, yo, Nintendo, this has Nintendo branding all over it, man. Straight up. This isn't even King Kong anymore.
Dude.
This is Donkey Kong versus Godzilla.
I want to see like a fan film of Donkey Kong versus Yoshi.
Dude, straight up, that's exactly what it is, though. Yoshi versus Donkey Kong. Oh my god!
Out of nowhere, you just see a plumber, a giant ass plumber. He's like,
Dude,
oh my
I'm
god.
sorry, bro, but that one, dude, that sounds like movie of the year, though. Like, wait, didn't we have a Mario movie at one point?
Yeah, but we don't talk about that.
I think I still have it in VHS. I don't know why, but I actually enjoyed the movie, but
That's kind of impressive. I need to watch more movies on VHS.
to be fair, it's funny because it feels nostalgic now, but like after dealing with what you have, because like I don't know if you ever used a VHS. Oh wait, come on, I think you have to. We're the same year, so when you push it in, in order to watch the movie again, you gotta rewind that shit and at least the one that I have, where I have to put my finger on the rewind button and legit hold it there.
Yeah, and like twist that shit.
Yeah, dude. It's like, that was a struggle. I hated that. That actually stopped me from watching movies. But like, watching it in VHS gave me that vintage feel, you know? It was, bro, I miss VHS now. Fuck them DVDs.
I think the last VHS movie that I had was Shrek.
Are you serious?
And
do you still have it?
Yeah, it was pretty fire. No, not anymore.
I was gonna say I would
wish.
pay for that. Like I would pay you money for that,
bro.
Dude, that's dude. Like unopened VHS tapes, the ones that are like classics, like Shrek, or what's that called? The one with Michael Jordan in it. What's that movie called?
Space Jam.
Dude. An unopened VHS of that, dude. That's probably worth thousands of dollars. Like,
you know.
If I knew that as a kid,
if you went back in time, and you were able to bring one thing back from the past to modern day, and it retains its like shape and form, what would you go back in time and grab?
Would I have to sell this, or
you can, or you? I don't know. It's up to you.
Can I wait? Do I choose one only, or can I choose multiple?
Up to you. I don't really care.
Okay, so Evil Dead would be one of them for VHS. I know that's like a dumbass movie, but it's a classic to me. The other one is God's. Okay, you're gonna hate me for this, and people are gonna be like, "Dude, right? What you just said right there discredited you as a Godzilla fan."
Are you talking about the first American Godzilla?
Yeah, dude.
The 90s
I
one?
love that movie as a kid. I thought as a kid that would be like the Japanese Godzilla for a very long time. That was okay. Before I get shit on, okay, dude, I feel you judging me right now. But let me explain. My dad, that was my first Godzilla movie, right? Or I wouldn't say my first Godzilla. My first Godzilla movie was All Out Attack. Godzilla All Out Attack. That was my first Godzilla movie. But when I saw the trailer for Godzilla in America, dude, I was hooked. I was so hooked. It's one of those things where I got so hyped about it that I didn't even give a fuck about how bad the movie was. I just loved the fact that there was a Godzilla in America, and I'm like, yeah, dude, that's fucking cool. Granted, watching it back, to be fair, it wasn't that bad of a movie. Okay, I may sound biased, but to say that it's a Godzilla movie, no. That shit should not even be Godzilla. That shit should be called Zilla.
Which is what they call them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you watched. Yeah. I think the very last Godzilla movie, he fought Zilla and he died instantly. Which makes sense.
Yeah, I was gonna actually like ask if you saw that scene. I was gonna send it to you.
What is it called? It's called Final Wars, right?
Yeah, Final Wars.
That was the best Godzilla movie ever. But yeah, I mean, I would bring that back as a VHS just to bring back the nostalgia feels. Again, do I think it's a Godzilla movie? No. It's funny because I said this with a couple of friends, bro. I got roasted for like a month. So I'm going to say right now, it is not a Godzilla movie. It will never be a Godzilla movie. It is a Zilla movie. It's technically your average monster movie. That's pretty much it. But yeah, that's what I would bring. What about you?
So I kind of meant like it didn't even have to be movie related.
Oh.
Yeah. But I would bring back some Pokemon cards just because people were fucking wild over that shit.
Oh, wait. If that... Okay, I'm going to change my shit, but okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
It would be the... What's that called? It's... Shit, I forgot what it's called. It's the thing where it's like a tabletop, right? Digimon? No, that's not Digimon.
Yeah.
What's that called? Where you kind of like rip it?
Oh, Beyblades. Those things still exist,
I know, but I'm not as I'm not as ecstatic about it, but like back then that was the shit.
All right, bro.
What's up?
We need to gather a group of guys and just have a Beyblade
Dude,
tournament.
I would win. I still have it, dude. I still have it. Oh my god. I even still got the what's that called? The play arena thing. Dude,
yeah.
Oh my god. I just have to go look for it. But like, dude, I'm down.
I was just going to use a big bowl, but yeah.
Shit, if I can find it, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I'm down, bro. Oh my god, this is some like nostalgic 2000 nerd shirt going on right now. Oh man.
You just need to do a Beyblade stream.
True. I'm down with that, bro. But anyway, okay. It's reaching the hour mark.
Yeah, I think here's a good place to stop. We had a really good talk about sequels. I don't want to think about sequels for a while.
Oh yeah, dude, that made my brain hurt.
Unless it's the God of War sequel, which, will it be God? Well, everyone knows it's God of War Ragnarok, pretty much.
Exactly.
But,
exactly.
God of War 2 is what I'll refer to it as.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
But yeah. Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Mac and Jack Attack. I know that we just started talking about random shit, but you know what? That's us. We like to talk about random shit.
Yeah. Yes.
But yeah, did you want to talk about anything before we head out, Mac?
No, nothing much, man. I think we pretty much covered the sequel part, and
your vlogs. Subtlety is not something that I'm good at.
That's okay. I understand. Anyway, I'm pretty much done. Oh, wait, I'm not done. Oh wow, I feel stupid now. Heads up, I got a channel coming up soon if any of you are interested. It's not gonna be gaming related, but it's gonna be more of vlogging style related. You actually will probably see Jack in a couple of them since normally we do our podcast in person, but obviously with COVID, we're trying to be social distancing, save people's lives and ours. But other than that, keep an eye on that. I will actually make an announcement when it's finally made. And yeah. Thank you for reminding me, by the way, in that sort of way. Hey guys, hope you guys enjoyed that episode of the Mac and Jack Attack. What is a sequel? Please, if you guys please comment, like, subscribe, and please check out our Twitch. Check us out on Spotify and also on iTunes. All the links will be provided in the description below. And I also want to formally apologize for the background noises. That was actually my dog. He's still a puppy, so you're gonna be hearing sounds. But other than that, yeah, please, y'all have a good day and Papa bless.